To wrap up 2025, Dead by Daylight has had a very up and down year, with some parts of the year being extremely good and like well received by us all, and then the other ones, yeah, let's not talk about that. But one thing I do gotta say is there are a bunch of things that the devs have tried this year to make the game better. And overall, even though they didn't do a perfect job, they didn't do a super, and they probably didn't even do a good job. But I think they did a decent job, and they tried their... Did they try their best, really? I don't know. I hate talking shit on game devs because I've never been in their shoes, so it's like, it can't be too easy, you know? But they've given us some good chapters and some good quality of life changes throughout the last year. But with a game like Dead by Daylight, there's much more work that needs to be done. So in today's video, I'm gonna be going over 9 things that behavior needs to do to Dead by Daylight in the year 2026. I feel like this year, 2026, is definitely gonna be the make it or break it year of DBD. If we get another year of a bunch of broken promises and like failed chapters, I don't think DBD is going to last much longer, but if they have a banger year this year, this game is cemented to never die. And another thing I do gotta say, most of these ideas come from a different DBD YouTuber, Drunk Fish. I took some of these ideas from his video because I already had the ideas, but he made the video first. And some of these points, that ass just ripped from his video, I'm not gonna lie. So if you guys could go over to their channel and subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. Just gotta give some credit to the person who gave me the video idea. So yeah, I have 9 things I want to go over in this video, but before I get to those 9 things, I do have a few honorable mentions because they're things that I would like to have in the game, but we can all agree that they don't really need to happen. First honorable mention, which is something that I just want personally, is I really wish that killers had a weapon inspect. Like, you know when Hillbilly finishes his M1 attacks and then he like throws up his weapon and twists a little bit? What if you were just able to do that and just spam it? That would be so tough. Not to mention, there's a lot of weapons that these killers have that just look genuinely very fucking cool. And like if I was playing Plague and I had my little gumball weapon, I would love to like just spin it around or something. Not to mention, if behavior put a price tag on them, they could literally just sell animations. And now that I'm thinking about it, vault animations. There's only like one perk in this game that actually changes your vault animation, and I forget what perk it is. I think it's Last Stand. Once you're in the killer's terror radius for long enough, it changes your vault animation because you're then able to stun the killer. I think the animation change is kind of cool, and if behavior really wanted to, they could literally just sell $3 vaulting animations. Like, you can't lie, some of us would just eat those animations up. Just make sure it doesn't change the hitbox and make them invincible, please. Another thing is literally just something I want to nitpick about. When you're in the lobby as a short killer, they're like really short. Like right here, I'm Kursua. She is definitely not one of the tallest killers. She's like barely taller than a survivor, but you see how tall she is. Like, they definitely put something below her feet so she just appeared taller. But let's switch to Trickster. Bro, he's literally 2 feet tall. He's taking up literally 5% of the screen. Go to any other killer and they're big. Like, he's pretty big. Some killers like Oni, he's towering. Look how big he is looking over his shoulder at the survivors. And then we go to Freddy. Oh my gosh, he's shorter than Trickster. Dude, he's dead ass taking up 2% of the screen. Please boost their height, please. Again, these are quality of life honorable mention changes. Like, these changes literally don't need to happen. Next thing I want to talk about is nerf Invisible Woman. The self-shield buff would be perfect if it didn't already have more health, do more healing, and have a slow effect. And her able to shield herself makes her the best DPS in the game, and we're not even gonna talk about Gambit. And the last thing is nerf background player. I really just hate this perk. Okay, now I was just yapping about some honorable mentions of things that I would personally like to see, but now I'm really gonna get into the 9 things behavior need to fix in Dead by Daylight for 2026. If you guys agree with anything I have in this list, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We just hit 10,000 subs. Now we on the road to 15K. Let's get into it. And at number 9, I have P100 rewards. I know like everybody's been asking for this. The second you hit P100, like, do you even get anything? I don't have anything. I don't have anybody P100 yet because I prestige everybody at once to make sure I have everybody's perks unlocked. But if you get to P100, like, a cool cosmetic would be fire, even though that is like a little bit of work. Or what the devs could do that would just make it much easier, put an animated banner at P100. So if I reach my Houndmaster to P100, because she's gonna be the first one I get there, I get an animated banner of like her and Snug or something like that, and make that for every character. It doesn't have to be like that crazy. It could just be their faces moving back and forth, or maybe like a glowing banner, or maybe a glowing charm that has to do with the killer, just to show other people that you've put in a lot of time to prestige your character, instead of it just being a badge at the end of the game. And I'm pretty sure they're already working on something like this to give rewards for the prestige players. I don't have anybody that high prestige other than like Houndmaster, because I don't see a reason to prestige. Like, I'm not even getting anything. I'm not getting no cool cosmetic or nothing, so change that. So I want to play the game more. And at number 8, I have the clear the store notifications. And yeah, just clear all notifications, honestly, because I hate when I load into the game, I have these big ass red exclamation marks all over my screen, and then to get rid of them, I have to go into the shop and press on each individual survivor, click on each individual cosmetic, and then do it for killers just to get rid of the notification. I know like I could just ignore it, but my ADD won't let me do that. So yeah, it is obviously more of a thing for me, but a clear notifications thing for everything would just be absolutely perfect. And number 7, it's bring the old PTB to live servers with number changes. And I'm not talking about the last PTB where the killers got bloodlust after getting a hook, because that's straight up useless. But the first PTB where killers couldn't kick gens if they got a kill too early, survivors were able to crawl faster if you left them slug, and after a killer gets a hooked, they would get a base get barbecue, they would get a little bit of haste. I think that was perfect, just the numbers weren't balanced enough. Like if you kill a survivor at 6 hooks and you're not able to block gens, that's ridiculous. If it was like 4 hooks, that would be absolutely perfect, but you have to do it before 6 hooks. That means you would have to 2-hook 2 people and then hook another person. At that point, all the gens are done, bro. Like you don't stand a chance. And the highest killers in the game, they didn't need haste after getting a hook, so just remove the effect from those killers. And if you just change the numbers, I feel like the PTB was fine, just the numbers were fucking ridiculous. But now the devs are trying different things with bloodlust. It's like you're making your job so much harder. Just tweak the numbers of the first PTB, bring it to live, and I think the game is in a much healthier spot. At number 6, it's more original chapters. Behavior has been going just way too overboard with how many licensed chapters we've been having recently. Out of the last 9 chapters, I think 3 of them have been original killers. One has been Krasua, one has been Hellmaster, and the other one is unknown. And the other one is like Xenomorph, Chucky, Lich, Dracula, fucking Springtrap. Like, don't get me wrong, some of these licensed chapters are fire, but we need more original killers, because it might be a hot take, Dead by Daylight's original killers are much better than the licensed killers because there's so much more creativity. Like, if you ask me, Unknown and Dredge, their chapters were way better than Chucky's chapter and like Alien's chapter. Like, genuinely. At 5, I just have better advertising. Like, I feel like advertising is so important to build up the hype to a chapter, because the hype build up to a chapter is arguably just as important to the success of the chapter, because you know, the killer, the survivor, the perks, maybe a map. If you don't advertise it and you just drop it one day, you get Houndmastered. Nobody cared about her because one day the PTB just dropped. I mean, it also doesn't help that she was the buggiest killer in the game when she got released into the PTB, so that didn't help a lot. But no build up whatsoever. Like, what are we doing? Springtrap, we knew Springtrap was coming a whole year before he dropped. Like, we just need better advertising, especially for these original chapters. You need to put in more effort. Behavior. And number 4, I have game modes, and game modes being made permanent. 2v8, you can't tell me this, bro. 2v8 should be a permanent game mode because it's the definition of a casual mode. I'm not throwing any shade to any other YouTuber, but I've been seeing these YouTube videos pop up on my feed talking about why 2v8 sucks, and I disagree. I have a lot of fun in 2v8 mainly because it literally doesn't matter. Like, you hop in 2v8 just for the blood points pretty much, and then maybe get some looping on a killer. Yeah, it's not the most fun thing in the world, but I think having a more casual game mode in DBD at all times is healthier than just having the regular game mode and then reusing the same game modes, which is why I'm like, yeah, we need more game modes. Like, 2v8 could be permanent. The lights out game mode, that could be permanent, or make new game modes instead of it. Like, remember when we had the blood gens? Like, I feel like that was a really good addition to the game. Add a game mode where there's more to do for the survivors, just like the Texas Chainsaw game. Like, there's more ways to escape, because some people like us Darva said adding more objectives to the game would make it less beginner friendly.
At high level, all of these things could theoretically work, but new players have an insane amount of information in this game and they don't process it very well. The fact that generators are easy is a blessing for them. I played a game called Home Sweet Home a long time ago. My first few games felt so impossible because I didn't know the maps, I didn't know where to go. It was really, really frustrating. Anything that complicates this for new players is going to result in them being very, very frustrated, and the kill rates are going to spike up. When the kill rates at low level spike up, the developers are going to make changes that affect all of the players, including you or me, that are a bit more experienced. So,
but having another game mode where there's more stuff to do, whether it's killer sided or survivor sided, I could care less, but it would just bring more people to try and play the game. Guys, let me know if I'm cooking on this, because if we had a game mode where we had like blood gens, or we had to go find parts for a gen, you can't tell me that wouldn't be fire. Let me know what y'all think. And number 3, I have remove maps. Brother, we do not need 50 fucking maps, dude. Bro, this game already takes up enough storage. This game takes up what, like 60 gigabytes when it shouldn't even take up that many. Like, we have 50 maps and like a ton of the maps have like 4 different variations of each other. Why don't we just keep the variation, like the most fair variation for both sides of those maps, and get rid of the rest? Like, there's no reason to have 5 fucking Macmillan maps. Like, I'm sorry. It's taking up storage and it's harder to balance. If you get rid of how many maps you have, it wouldn't be that hard to balance how many pallets and stuff there are. Behavior, you're just making your job harder. Just make it easier and remove maps. Nobody will complain. And adding more maps with each and every chapter with more variations, yeah, I don't think the game needs this. this. Again, make your job easier, behavior. Make your job easier. And number 2, I have strong perks on release. We need strong perks on release. Like when we look at some of these killer perks, Dragula, his perks are kind of niche. You need a certain build and they're, you know what I mean? Houndmaster's perks, they're literally dog shit. Jagged Compass is pretty good, but they're dog shit. Kaneki's perks, Forever Entwine's kind of cool, but the other 2 are dog shit. Springtrap, like 2 of his perks are dog shit and 1 is eye. And Kursua, all 3 of her perks are dog shit. Like we haven't had any really good killer perks in a long time. And then we come over here and look at the survivor perks. While injured and not broken and repairing a generator, gain 1 token for each great skill check, and when you have enough tokens, spend all tokens, gain 100% healing speed until you stop healing. What? So I have to be injured, have to work on a gen, have to get enough tokens, spend all the tokens to get a 100% faster heal until it stops. Why the fuck would I run this perk? It's so unbelievably bad. I don't know how you even come up with this perk, but then I could bring Will Make It, and after I unlock a survivor, I get the same speed for 90 seconds. Like genuinely, the perk ideas that behavior has for the survivor side, it's either a broken perk that breaks the game or the perk does fucking nothing, bro. Like that ass. We haven't had a good perk since what, fucking Finesse? I mean, we did have Conviction that was insane that got nerfed. Last Stand had iframes that got nerfed on it. Obviously it needed to. We got Shoulder the Burden, but that perk does not work very well in solo queue. But this goes for killers too. We just need stronger perks on release. And last thing is we really need to show love to the killers that need love. Don't get me wrong, I am a survivor main, even though I do play both sides. I do play survivor a little bit more. And yes, survivor players might make up like somewhat the majority of the player base, but the killer side of the game is kind of what keeps the game alive, in my opinion. Like if you released 4 Houndmasters back to back, the game would die. Like you need, that's why they have licenses like Kaneki, like Springtrap, because that's what really brings in the hype of the game, not the survivor. The killer brings the hype to the game. So releasing killers like Houndmaster, who have had bugs, game-breaking bugs for months, add-ons that should have been reworked a year ago and still hasn't been touched, is ridiculous to me. Kursua, the newest killer, one of the coolest killers in the game. She doesn't have really good lore, but just look at that. Like that's sick. But let's go to the store. Cosmetics. She hasn't had a single cosmetic since release. Like the original killers are getting no love, but then we go to Springtrap, we go to the store, and look, he has 2 legendary skins, he has an ascended skin, he has 2 very rare skins, but it's because he's a licensed killer and the treatment is just not fair. But she has no legendaries, no ascended, and she has 1 very rare that makes her head look really weird when she's in head form. We just need to show love to the killers that need it. Artist, not getting the love she deserves. Don't get me wrong, she's getting really cool skins, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to gameplay, there's so many niche things that make her feel so bad to play. That's why she's one of the least picked killers in the game. All right guys, I feel like I'm just yapping way too much in this video. I'm probably gonna cut a lot out, but these are the 9 things and a few quality of life changes that behavior needs to make in 2026 if they want to keep Dead by Daylight alive and around. Because as I said before, I feel like 2026 is definitely the make it or break it year. If they don't make some really big moves and good changes, then I don't know if this game can last very long in the long term. I feel like it's gonna start off really great because we're getting another Stranger Things chapter in January. So you know what I mean? It's already starting off great. And if they do buff Demogorgon, like I said in my last video, yeah, we're off to a great start. But yeah, I hope like a dev can somewhat watch this video and like see some of the ideas that I had or ideas that I took from you guys. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What are some other changes behavior needs to make to Dead by Daylight to keep it alive for 2026? All right, now we're Chris, end of the video. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed and have a good day.